Sunday morning at the Thika High School for the Blind.
Many of us know the law, but we don't do it.
And a special church service is underway at the school's chapel. It is a service that was not only transmitted live on Citizen TV's Gospel Sunday, but one that saw a series of inspirational people visit the school for the visually impaired and persons living with albinism for spiritual and motivational guidance.
People will discourage you, but ignore all those who discourage you.
Grace Mumbi sits diligently through the service amongst tens of students in attendance. A simple woman who shares in the challenges of the young students she sits with, but whose purpose here today is different.
This moment, I want to welcome a very dear person to this school. Let's welcome Mumbi.
Walking up to the podium, she hopes her story will inspire a group of people who have, over the years, borne the brand of segregation. Persons living with albinism, a congenital disorder characterized by the complete or partial absence of melanin in the skin.
In the whole world, there will be the Levites who will pass me by, there will be the priest who will pass me by, but there will always be the Samaritan who will guide me, who will mentor me.
She will tell of her journey that has seen her recently appointed a judge of the High Court as the Honourable Lady Grace Mumbi, and how when she was only 13 years old, standing with her parents all those years ago, she had to struggle with a condition she knew nothing about in a society that ridiculed and belittled her. The harsh rays of the midday sun lead to a special request by Judge Mumbi that we conduct the interview outside the sun's glare. And so we sit outside the classroom corridor and go back to a time when she knew nothing about the world she had been born in.
I remember reading in a Reader's Digest about albinism. And what I read was, this word which I still don't like, albino. That albinos have poor eyesight, albinos have skin that's sensitive to the sun, albinos will get skin cancer and they'll die before age 40. So I sort of always expected to die before I was 40.
Judge Grace Mumbi celebrated her 51st birthday last week, Monday, despite such odds. And now, more than ever, her resolve to champion for the rights of persons living with albinism has been heightened.
I'm happy to be 51. I am really sad that there are a lot of other people like me who needn't have died, have died. So many people with albinism die before they are 40. That I think the fact that I'm here is just God's grace. But it's also an indictment of our society that we are allowing people to die when they needn't die.
I asked her how difficult it was for her when growing up.
But of course the worst was when adults really call you names. As a child, you don't understand that, This is a person who looks like my mother or my father. Why are they laughing at me? Why are they calling me names? Why are they moving away from me as though I was something contagious?
When children refused to play with her, Grace Mumbi went to class and immersed herself in books, what with time saw her become a top student both in her Thimbigwa Primary School in her Kiambu home and later on in high school at the now Bishop Gatimu Ngandu Girls, where life, she admits, was a tad bit easier. That strength, what saw her later graduate from the University of Nairobi with a law degree and later on with a master's degree from the London School of Economics and Political Science. Strength, she says, she sourced for every day.
The thing about having albinism is that difficult situations are not an occasional thing. You just know that today I have to get out, I have to go to the market, or have to go to this inter-schools thing, and these things are likely to happen. I promise myself I will not bow, I will not cry, I will not do anything to let them know that I feel bad, So
that strength, what has seen her go where few have, sitting as one of the recently appointed High Court judges, the first High Court judge living with albinism, probably in the entire African continent.
I actually don't know. One of my friends with albinism told me I'm the only judge with albinism in the world. I don't know. I'm yet to find out whether that is the case.
Such the motivation that has empowered this current generation of students living with albinism. Students as George Otieno, who at 17 and preparing for his Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, has dreams he knows will soon be a reality.
As I wanted to study mass communication and journalism, I like that career so much, and my talent is best there. Yeah, and I like the likes of the Torometirikes and the Kakajemas. Luis anapepeta mbele zaidi kumtafuta Didier Drogba na kosekana na chukua alama.
Such vibrancy what lacked back in the day when society relegated them to second place. Now they are more confident of their dreams. And that is the message that continues to be passed on at a time Judge Grace Mumbi, currently the managing trustee of the Albinism Foundation of East Africa, says is better for persons living with albinism despite such few challenges as threats to their lives for witchcraft and other purposes. The future for them, she says, is bright. And now the challenge is for the government and society to recognize them not for what they lack, but for their immense potential. Evelyn Wambui, Citizen Live at 9.